Welcome to the Empire. It's the Eskimo Empire podcast.
And here's Mike Riley, takes the drop, waits and throws, and he's going deep downfield to Darius Bowman. Oh my goodness, what a catch by Darius Bowman. You won't see many better than that. Franklin, Kazilstra, touchdown Eskimos. Pressure's coming. Oh, Levi Mitchell goes down. There's a big play for the defense. Somersaults for everybody.
Welcome back to the Turf District for a special episode for Fan Day. I am your host, Andrew, and I just wanted to make sure that we could get this out today because Fan Day was an amazing experience. We'll definitely talk more about it on our show next week, but today we were lucky enough to spend a few moments with the new GM, Brock Sunderland, and he was generous to give us his time and go through a few things with us. Of course, we were recording live at Fan Day, so we do have a bit of background noise. I hope you all enjoy the song Lean On. But anyway, it was an amazing experience, an electric day. I think a lot of new fans were made. I think a lot of old fans were happy, and definitely a lot of laughs were had along those sidelines. And we got to talk with a lot of the guys, and it was fantastic. So this is a kind of a special episode. Like I said, we're going to have the interview that we had with Brock Sunderland, followed by the interview that we had with Tony Washington. Nice for him to join us, and even Bryant Mitchell got in there a little bit at one point. So I hope you enjoy that. I do want to say a quick thank you to Cliff with the Eskimos, of course the Eskimos organization, and of course Brock Sunderland for not only having us down there and letting us be part of that, but they set us up a table. They were very accommodating, and it was just an amazing experience, both for the podcast, but for me as a fan, and I think for Superfan as well. Like I said, we'll talk about this more on Monday. Enjoy these quick interviews, and we will absolutely talk to you next week. We are now joined by the GM of the Edmonton Eskimos, Mr. Brock Sunderland. How are you?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Doing fantastic. This is a great setup. Now, how's your first fan day so far?
It's going great so far. It's nice to have the energy out here and the loyal fans, and I know the coaches and players enjoy it just as much as I do.
Yeah. Oh, I bet. They seem to get excited. That's
breaks up the monotony. When you're out here and there's no one here, it's that point of camp where things get a little stale for the guys. Legs are tired, so when you get people out here cheering, it brings life to the field, which is nice.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us about the transition. This is all kind of new for you. You've only been here for about 5 weeks. So how did everything kind of go down, and how was the first few weeks for you?
It's gone really well. Everybody in the organization has been extremely welcoming and helpful, so it's made it as smooth as possible. It was very fast. The timing of it was unique, but
yeah, no kidding.
I always say I've grown up around football, so nothing surprises me and nothing really catches me off guard completely. So, it is what it is, and I'm just very happy and fortunate to be here.
Awesome. Tell us a bit about that. I mean, you like you said, you kind of grew up in football, and you've been both in the NFL and the CFL. Kind of what's unique, and I guess what's different now that you're here and you're actually as a GM?
I think just being in the role. I mean, a lot of times, especially in Ottawa as the assistant general manager, Marcel Desjardins was great about giving me a long leash and allowing me to be involved in every facet of football operation. So on the day-to-day, nothing really is that drastically different, but the difference is the final say. I had a big say in Ottawa. I did not have a final say, so that would be the biggest difference. But the fact that I'm with Jason and people that I know really well, we have a good rapport, we're on the same page, we communicate really well, we've worked together before. Awesome. So that's made everything easy.
Yeah, well, I think when you came over, that was one of the things that I said, is that you checked the most boxes as the guy that would fit the role, both with Jason and the team, and also coming from the OSEG group. And what was that experience like, and do you find that you're kind of starting to apply some of those things here?
I think you take a little bit of everywhere you've been, things that you like. So that's Montreal Alouettes when we were on a nice run in 04 to 06.
They did okay.
Yeah, we were okay. Yeah. 2 Grey Cups in 3 years, best record in 04.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah.
And then you take things from the New York Jets that I learned as well. From the 6 years I was there, we went to back-to-back AFC championships. We turned around a team that was 4-12 that was a perennial contender there for a couple of years. And then you take what we did in Ottawa. So I think it's not just Ottawa. Certainly that translates here the most relevant because it's also a CFL team. But I think the best people, what they do, take a little bit of the best of everywhere they've been. That includes the college coaches I had and my head coach in high school. I call him still and take his brand a little bit. So I think when you surround yourself, or you're fortunate enough to be around the football minds I've been around, it's helpful. Ernie Accorsi is a mentor of mine. Tim Ruskell is a guy that's been a president and the general manager of the Seattle Seahawks. He's someone that I reach out to pretty consistently. So I'm the first to admit I don't know everything, but I try to learn from everybody that I'm around and soak up as much as I can.
Yeah, I think a lot of people when you first came, just because you were coming from that assistant GM role, they didn't really know that you had all of these other connections down in the States. When you're down there, I'm assuming you still have a number of those contacts, which is kind of help when you're up here.
It's great. I've told a couple people this, but I know somebody on all 32 teams well enough that I could call them on a Sunday night at home and say, hey, we have injuries here. And now we have a ready sheet, so we don't have to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you're in the league for that long, and my father was in the NFL for 41 years, so there's a lot of people that are in fairly prominent roles that are family friends first and acquaintances professionally second. So that does help.
Oh man, that's fantastic. Excellent. So now that you're here, like you said, you've just kind of started to get into the role and into the system. What's been the best part so far?
The people. Everybody here in the building have just been extremely great, and it's nice having the players and energy around. The roster has a lot of just good people first and good football players second, and that's something that we're going to continue to do. That's a big core belief of mine, is having very good people first and foremost in the locker room and in the building, and that was already established here.
Awesome. Okay, well, now can we do a couple of rapid fire questions with you just so people get to know you better?
All right, let's bring it.
All right, what's your let's start with what's your favorite, what do you like to listen to?
Reggae.
Really?
Yeah, that shocks everybody.
I bet.
How did you get to reggae?
I went on a family cruise when I was 12 years old to the Caribbean, to the islands, and I heard reggae and just got hooked. It kind of became a family thing, and to this day, I'm a nut for Stick Figure, Bob Marley, Slightly Stupid, Iration, Revolution, kind of off-the-cuff bands, but I'm a reggae. Montana boy,
Wow.
White guy. You think country or rock? No, I'm a reggae guy.
Oh, that's fantastic. Practices are going to get a lot more exciting. That'll be great. What's your favorite movie?
Wedding Crashers.
Ooh, nice pick. Okay. What are you watching on Netflix, or what do you like to watch show-wise?
Comedies. My favorite TV show would have to be Ballers on HBO.
Oh, nice.
It's Dwayne The Rock. Yeah. It's entertaining. So it's kind of hits home, but it's just great entertainment.
Awesome. Favorite food?
Boy, pretty much everything, but I'd have to go barbecue. Barbecue steak is hard to beat.
Yeah. All right. Well, now we know what we have when it comes to the turf district.
Exactly.
Okay. Do you have a favorite book?
I love to read. I'm always an autobiography guy, so probably my favorite book of all time is it's Dennis Byrd. He was a football player. He was a very good friend of mine. It's called Rise and Walk, and he was a player for the New York Jets that was paralyzed. He was quadriplegic, and then he walked again. So it just chronicles everything he went through. And he was like a big brother to me, so that would be my favorite book.
Ooh, nice pick. Okay, two more. One, if you could go anywhere in the world, no charge, you could just go wherever you want, where would you go?
Amsterdam to visit my nephew and my sister.
Nice. And last one, if you had an hour to sit down and talk to anybody, who would it be?
My mother. She passed away when I was 15 years old, so it'd be awesome to reconnect and just have a conversation with her as the adult Brock as opposed to the young Brock.
All right, well, now we'll all shed a tear. That was very well done.
Had to be honest.
That is fantastic. Brock, we can't thank you enough. We're so glad you're here and being part of course, building the One Empire. And hopefully we get to chat with you more throughout the season.
I'd love to come chat with you guys as much as possible. So let me know if you want to talk again, and really appreciate all your guys' support. We'll see you at the game.
Absolutely. Thanks, man.
All right, fellas. Nice to meet you.
This is Tony Washington of your 2015 Grey Cup champions Edmonton Eskimos, and you're listening to the Eskimo Empire Podcast. Go Esk!
Hey guys, do you know there's even more ways to interact with the Empire online?
What?
That's right, you can find us on Twitter at Esk Empire Pod, on Facebook under the Eskimo Empire Podcast group, on Instagram at Esk Empire Pod, and you can also follow us on YouTube under our channel, the Eskimo Empire Podcast. Now, I know you guys like that Eskimo history segment, right?
Yeah!
You can follow more of that information at Esks History on Twitter, and you can find it on This Day in Esks History on Facebook. Don't forget to share, okay?
Okay!
Thanks so much for listening. Let's get back to the show.
We are at Fan Day, and we are joined once again by our favorite offensive lineman, Mr. Tony Washington. How you doing?
What's going on?
How's camp so far, man?
Camp is camp. It's brutal.
I love your honest answers.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that. How was the off season overall?
It was good. It was good. Did a lot of work and got ready for this, and felt like it was very productive. And it was probably one of my best off seasons.
Okay,
For sure.
awesome. You're nice. You're doing more on the right side this year.
Yeah.
How does that feel switching over to the other side?
It's different for sure. I never played right tackle before. I have once in college, but not a right tackle. But I'm actually doing pretty good at it. So we'll see what happens.
So far, you don't look out of place. So that's the important
good
part.
part, yeah.
Exactly. So new guys that you're kind of going up against. What are your thoughts so far on some of those guys that are coming at you?
Well, we got some depth.
Yeah.
Some good depth. Yep. And we got some good guys on the other side of the ball this year.
Yeah.
We got. It's not just the first. You got to go hard against the 2s and 3s and everybody else. Yeah.
Awesome. So now, what's your favorite part?
Man, this is the year, right? Everybody camp?
Yeah.
When we call it up and go inside.
10 Empire points for that one, exactly. All right, well, I'm asking everybody a different question today, but what are you listening to right now in the midst of all this with new stuff coming up?
What am I listening to?
Yeah.
Like music-wise?
Yeah.
Oh, everything.
Great guy.
Right now I'm listening to Russ.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
I don't know the rest. His name's Russ.
Okay. That works. Well, hopefully we'll get you back in the Turf District for a beer sometime soon.
Absolutely. I'll be there.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, man.